Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've done a video, but I hope you all have, or are having a wonderful holiday season. Today we're back with Hide and Seek by Hakos Baelz and Usada Pekora, which came out pretty recently. So I'm ready to jump in. I hope you are all as well. Let's just hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Alright, going for more of a, I don't know, like a dance beat. We've got a lot of synthetic instrumentation here. Got a nice, I actually really like the like wobbling treble synth up top there. That actually sounds really, really nice. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have this nice bass track. I actually really like this bass track here. And then we have Baelz, I believe, matching that bass with kind of like a lower, huskier tone. And then we have a treble interjection from Pekora, and then going into layered vocals, like a duet with both of them. Well, the duet is maybe not quite the right word to use, but just a layered vocal for both of them. Okay. Okay, so we did vocal sustain and then had an instrumentation switch through that sustain. That bass is really nice. All right, nice. Okay. So it looks like we did a synth transition into a digital snare for like a rap breakdown. That's pretty isolated. So we don't have a lot of extraneous instrumentation for that breakdown yet. Okay. Big lift. Okay, so we're cutting out a lot of bass tones. We're getting Pekora on the main vocal here with, I believe, some supporting vocals from Baelz, though I'm not quite sure. The lyrics are telling me that, based on the color coding, I'm assuming that there are supporting vocals from Baelz, but it's a little hard to hear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear it. It's kind of subtle. We're kind of matching it with that instrumentation track. You know, we're having that digital percussion running through, and then around that same volume level is some more subtle vocal layerings. But we have a lot of vocal tracks here. We have not only the interjectory ones and like the cheers, but also the main vocal, and then we also have those subtle like supporting bass vocals as well. So we've got a lot of tracks in this mix here, but it's being managed quite well, and it doesn't feel overwhelming, and it doesn't really feel chaotic either. It's very organized, which I like, actually. I quite like how organized this feels. Alright, back into the synth melody. And we also have that like trilling treble synth up high as well. Quick switch up there. Oh, nice. Okay, and then we come in with the guitar matching the percussion. So we're kind of swapping out for that switch up the instrumental rhythm, really. We're having that guitar sub in for some percussion there. Nice. Okay. Okay, was not expecting a breakdown there. Okay, so we're going very dynamic now. Before, I feel like that first half of the song there really has been very organized and very straightforward with a couple switch-ups. Now it seems we're leaning more into just playing around with the mix and getting some switch-ups, but we're still having references to melody, right? We still have, well, maybe not necessarily melody, but more so rhythm. We're referencing that rhythm through the guitar. We're still backing it up with the bass guitar. And even through those switch-ups, we're keeping the percussion fairly consistent for each segment. But the instrumentation is fluid. So the instrumentation is dynamic, but the rhythm is still pretty It's still pretty consistent for each segment, but we do have those switch ups. The bass sounds really nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, no, we got a little more support for that, like interjectory note. Well, not interjectory, but more of that like transitioning note from that first part of the chorus to the second part. There was more support there, which I liked. Right there. Nice. Ooh. Was not expecting that. That's an interesting synth to use there, but I suppose that makes sense, right? To add to the dynamic nature of the song and add that switch up through the chorus, or I suppose the secondary instrumental part of this chorus. It makes sense to have a switch up there, but I was not expecting that bass. I would have expected, since we were teasing the introduction of like the guitar through our about halfway in, we introduced more of the guitar, right? So I was expecting a little more of those acoustic tones, but no, we went back into very strong digital tones with that synth there. Oh, we do actually have some guitar under that. We do actually have a bit of guitar poking through the mix under that strong synth. Those more of the treble tones. When the synth goes into those treble tones, you can hear more of the guitar under it. Okay. Okay. We dropped the build up for a vocal lift, actually. We had I say vocal lift, but it feels like the vocal track is treated more as a treble track, but we're still having that abdominal support. I think it's just the mix, right? So it's kind of like a shift, really. It doesn't feel like an overwhelming like EQ difference between segments there. We do have more of the clutter around the bass tonalities kind of cut out, but since we still have that acoustic, or maybe not acoustic, but the bass guitar, we still have that bass guitar, though it could be emulated, but it sounds like just a bass guitar. On those bass tonalities, it doesn't feel like we really shifted up the mix too much, but it does feel like we cut out some of that clutter out of the mix, right? So it's still a switch up, but it isn't overwhelmingly shifting the EQ necessarily. Okay, well that is a big lift there. Nice. I like the rhythmic backup on that. We have both the vocals and those percussive elements there matching the rhythm there. That was really nice. And we have the bass match that too. That was nice. Okay. Stutter into a secondary chorus. Okay. We came back down low. I was not expecting that. That was nice projection on that last big sustain. Okay. That was Hide and Seek by Hakos Baelz and Usada Pekora. I like that. That was actually very fun. I don't think it was like there wasn't like too many like crazy moments where I was like, oh my god, this like defines a new song. But overall, it was just like kind of like a fun, playful song that they threw out there. And I think the collaboration is probably more of the selling point for the song, rather than like a very unique composition. But overall, it was just like a fun, solid song. I like how we played around with the mix. I I'm actually very impressed with how the mix was handled, because this mix sounds really nice. And I especially like how the bass tones were treated, because I feel for a lot of these kind of like happy-ish, go lucky kind of like idol songs, I feel like a lot of the bass tones and kind of get neglected, and they kind of just get like thrown in there to just kind of like even out the mix sometimes when you have big lifts. But here, I feel like there was a lot of attention to the mix, and it felt very well treated. It just felt like a solid song. So I'm really happy about that. I really enjoyed how that was managed, how that was composed, just how it was mixed overall. There was a lot of vocal tracks here, especially for just two people. There were a lot of interjectory tracks and a lot of like supporting layerings that weren't necessary, but I do feel helped it a lot. I think they helped the song quite a bit, because it makes it more personable, even if you can replace those supporting roles with instrumentation. And a lot of songs do replace those supporting roles with synth tracks, though sometimes they'll like layer the synth tracks, the supporting synth tracks, with the supporting vocals as well, which I think is unnecessary. I don't think you need to go that far, because then it kind of just clutters the mix. So I think overall there were a lot of really good mix choices here. And while the composition wasn't like outstanding or super like unique, I think it was just enjoyable and solid overall. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, feel free to recommend more things for me to check out in the comments below. And aside from that, I will see you all in the next time. Thank you so much.